Welcome back to the channel. I'm Eminem the Artist. If you're new here, please like and subscribe. Making this quick video, and if you are a returning viewer, subscriber, thank you for your support. It's very greatly appreciated. Now, you're seeing the two slides, right? Let's deal with the first one. Mauricio Sulaiman backing Ryan Garcia should not surprise anyone, right? He's a fellow Mexican, and he's a businessman first, and he knows that if in a year's time Ryan Garcia can come back and win some fights and possibly get that WBC title around his waist, it's a lot of sanctioning fees for Mauricio, a lot of eyes on the title, a lot of honorary belts that can be given. Mauricio Sulaiman is all about the optics of the WBC, right? And he would love to have a redemption story, because VADA and WBC with the clean boxing program, getting Ryan as the WBC champion after popping dirty and being suspended would be big for the WBC. So that should never actually surprise anyone. But the one thing that you should note there is that Devin Haney has done so much damage to his own brand. One, if he believes that the Osterine gave Ryan an advantage that then ruined his brand by the whooping he got that day, then I don't know what to tell you. But let's just say if that was true, now you're looking for restitution outside of the ring, right? So you got your no contest, you got a 1-year ban, but that was always going to happen regardless if the New York State Athletic Commission said that it was unintentional, because no matter if they decide that, it still give you a suspension. But begging for money, begging for restitution, talking about a set out of court, that's weak, man. That's weak. You're gonna say before you knew all of this, you were retiring for 2 years, and then coming back to fight him. Before that, you say there's no reason to actually rematch him, right? You didn't want to rematch him at all, but now you've doubled back on it because you saw what the Sandor Martin purse bid did. No one came to actually bid on it except Top Rank, and they did it for the low budget price of 2.1. which leaves you with $500,000 in your pocket after all expenses is done, right? So you saw the writing on the wall. So your best bet is, okay, he got 1 year. When you thought it was 2, you said in 2 we will rematch. When now it's 1, now you're talking about a rematch, because you know that's the biggest fight. Unless you drop the WBC belt and you go to fight at Boots Ennis or somebody like that up at 147, which you're not going to do because you're getting hurt at 140. In my opinion, you were getting hurt at 135, but with older, smaller guys. I like Devin as a fighter, but the world never liked Devin as a fighter, right? Proven case, he sold 60 to 150,000 pay-per-view buys at his peak, 150,000 maybe, I think, if I'm not mistaken. 60,000 was the last time he went out with Prograde. So nobody really wants to see him fight. That 500,000 that he did with Ryan Garcia was all Ryan Garcia, right? Now those numbers make sense, because if you figure if Tank can bring in between 2 and 5, 250 to 500,000 pay-per-view buys, and so can Ryan, then both of them bringing that fan base in makes 1.1 million pay-per-view buys. That makes sense. 500, pay-per-view buys. People say, well, that might be slightly a flop. It's not for Ryan, because Ryan pulled all that in. That's his buying power. We know that Devin can't pull that. So the economics of it, that's what you're seeing. You're seeing Devin and his team kind of doing this walk back of no rematch, right, whatsoever. But I really don't believe that Ryan did anything negative to his brand, because the brand was already there. Nobody wanted to see it, and it's unfortunate because he's a good fighter, great fighter, not by any means, but really good, solid elite fighter for sure. But he needs to stop begging for restitution. It's just not becoming of a fighter. Should have always called out in blood. Wilder damn near died 3 times because he wanted to prove that he could beat Tyson Fury. Always wanted it back in blood, even though he was cheated. He thought he was cheated, but he said, F that, I want back in blood. And he almost damn near died 3 times. Well, 2 times. But anyway, let me know in the comments down below. Do you think that the Austrian advantage that Devin claims Ryan had over him ruined his brand, or was his brand always what it was, unpopular? Leave me down in the comments down below. Let's see you in the next video, and I'm out. Peace.